Welcome to the Cosmic Party, Astrology lovers, where we dive into the starry quirks of the Zodiac with a big smile and a whole lot of fun. If you're new to our little corner of the universe, I'm so pumped you're here, and if you're a regular, you know we're about to spill some serious Zodiac tea. Today, we're shining the spotlight on Capricorn, the hardworking mountain goat who's climbing life's peaks with a determination that's honestly next level, but also, let's be real, a little weird in the best way possible. When we say Capricorn is weird, it's not shade. It's like giving a high five to their one-of-a-kind vibe, because these folks mix ambition with some seriously quirky habits that'll make you do a double take. We've got 15 epic reasons lined up that'll have you laughing, nodding, and maybe calling up your Capricorn bestie to say, yup, that's totally you. From their obsession with nailing every single task to the way they sneak in a sarcastic zinger when you least expect it, we're about to unpack what makes this earth sign so uniquely awesome. Weird, in our book, means special, like that friend who's always got a plan but still surprises you with a goofy side that lights up the room. Whether you're a Capricorn watching this with a knowing smirk or you've got one in your life who's always keeping you on your toes, you're in for a treat. Think about those moments when your Capricorn pal stayed up all night perfecting a presentation or shocked you with a hilarious comeback at a group hangout. We're diving into all that and more. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's kick off this starry adventure together. Quick favor before we dive in. If you're as excited as I am, smash that like button, and drop a comment telling me if you're a Capricorn or if you've got a Cap story that's too good not to share. I'm all about those juicy details, so don't hold back. Want to keep the Zodiac vibes rolling? Hit subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get started with reason number 1 and find out why Capricorn is the Zodiac's most fascinating oddball. Here we go. 1. They're workaholics with a purpose. Let's kick things off with our first reason why Capricorn is so wonderfully weird, and it's a big one. These folks are workaholics with a purpose that's almost superhuman. Imagine someone who tackles every task like it's their personal Everest, whether they're crunching numbers for a big project or organizing their spice rack alphabetically. Capricorns pour their soul into it. It's not just about getting things done, it's about doing them right, like they're building a legacy one email at a time. What makes this so quirky is how they turn even the smallest job into a mission, while most of us are just trying to survive Monday. I knew a Capricorn who'd stay late at the office, not because the boss asked, but because they wanted their report to be the gold standard. Then they'd go home and unwind with exactly one episode of a documentary, like it's a reward for conquering the day. That kind of drive is weird in the best way. It's not about showing off, it's about their inner compass pointing straight to excellence. They're the ones you call when you need something done yesterday, and they'll deliver with a quiet nod, like it's no big deal. It's strange because who gets that excited about a perfectly formatted spreadsheet, but for Capricorn, it's their version of a victory lap, and you can't help but respect the hustle. 2. They're secretly hilarious. Now for reason number 2, and it's a total surprise, Capricorns are secretly hilarious, and that hidden humor is one of their quirkiest traits. These folks might come off as all business, with their serious face and no-nonsense vibe, but catch them in the right moment, and they'll drop a one-liner so sharp it leaves everyone in stitches. Their humor is dry, like a perfectly timed jab you didn't see coming, and it's even funnier because they deliver it without cracking a smile. What makes this so weird is how it sneaks up on you. Most people expect Capricorns to be all about schedules and goals, not roasting their buddies' terrible karaoke skills at a dive bar. I had a Capricorn friend who, during a quiet dinner, casually remarked that our friend's new jacket looked like it was designed by a confused lumberjack, and the table lost it. It's strange because they keep that wit under wraps, like a secret weapon they only unleash when the mood's just right. They're not trying to steal the spotlight, they just have this knack for nailing the perfect quip, and it's the kind of weird that makes you wish they'd let loose more often. Next time you're with a Capricorn, keep an ear out, those sneaky laughs are worth waiting for. 3. They plan like it's a sport. Moving on to reason number 3, Capricorns plan like it's a competitive sport, and it's one of the most delightfully weird things about them. These folks don't just make a to-do list, they craft a masterpiece, complete with timelines, contingencies, and probably a backup plan for the backup plan. Whether it's a weekend getaway or a trip to the grocery store, they've got every detail mapped out with the precision of a NASA launch. What's so odd is how they treat planning like a thrill, while most of us are just winging it and hoping for the best. I knew a Capricorn who planned a group camping trip down to the exact minute we'd roast marshmallows, and they even packed extra batteries for the flashlights, just in case. It's weird because they'll spend hours perfecting a schedule that most people would scribble on a napkin, but for them, it's like solving a puzzle that makes their heart sing. That need for control can seem intense, like they're preparing for a mission to Mars instead of a picnic, but it's also kind of inspiring. You know they've got your back when things go sideways. It's the kind of weird that makes you grateful for their foresight, even if you're teasing them about their color-coded calendar. 4. They're old souls in young bodies. Let's dive into reason number 4, and it's a fascinating one. Capricorns are old souls in young bodies, and that timeless vibe is pure weird in the best way. Picture someone in their 20s who'd rather sip tea and discuss the economy than scroll through the latest viral videos. That's your Capricorn. They've got this wisdom that makes you wonder if they were secretly born in a different era, like they're channeling a grandparent's life lessons while everyone else is chasing trends. What makes this so quirky is how they skip the usual youthful chaos for a vibe that's more about classic jazz records than club bangers. I had a Capricorn coworker who'd show up to happy hour with a book of poetry, saying it was more interesting than small talk, and somehow, they made it cool. It's weird because they're not trying to stand out, they just genuinely prefer a deep chat about life's meaning over swiping through dating apps. That old soul energy gives them a quiet confidence, like they've already figured out what matters, and it's not another round of shots. It's the kind of weird that makes you want to slow down and listen, because they've got stories and insights that hit differently. 5. They're low-key perfectionists. On to reason number 5, and it's a sneaky trait. Capricorns are low-key perfectionists, and that quiet intensity is one of their strangest quirks. These folks don't just want things done, they want them done flawlessly, but they're so chill about it you might not notice at first. Whether it's tweaking a work presentation or folding laundry with hospital corner precision, they've got an eye for detail that's borderline obsessive, yet they'll shrug it off like it's no big thing. What makes this so weird is how they hide that perfectionist streak behind a calm facade, while most people would be stressing out loud. I knew a Capricorn who'd rewrite a single text message 4 times to get the wording just right, then send it with a casual LOL to play it cool. It's strange because they're not chasing praise, they just have this internal standard that's sky high, and they won't settle for less. That drive can make them the MVP in any group project, but it also means they're probably judging their own work harder than anyone else ever could. It's the kind of weird that's equal parts impressive and endearing, because you know whatever they touch is going to be top-notch, even if they act like it's just another day. 6. They love tradition. Let's dive into reason number 6, and it's a cozy one. Capricorns absolutely love tradition, and that old-school charm is one of their most endearing quirks. These folks hold on to time-honored rituals like they're guarding a family heirloom, whether it's insisting on a handwritten thank you note or keeping the same holiday cookie recipe their grandma used. In a world that's all about the latest apps and viral challenges, their devotion to the past feels like a warm hug from another era. What makes this so wonderfully weird is how they lean into these customs with a quiet pride, like they're preserving something sacred while everyone else is chasing the next big thing. I knew a Capricorn who'd host a full-on Sunday dinner every week, complete with a tablecloth and candles, just because it felt right to keep the tradition alive. It's strange because they're not stuck in the past, they just find comfort in routines that carry meaning, like wearing their dad's old watch or celebrating every birthday with a homemade cake. That love for tradition isn't about being rigid, it's about anchoring themselves in something steady, and it's the kind of weird that makes you want to pull up a chair and join their nostalgic vibe. It's like they're reminding us that some things never go out of style, and honestly, that's pretty darn cool. 7. They're surprisingly shy. Now for reason number 7, and it's a bit of a plot twist. Capricorns can be surprisingly shy, and that hidden reserve is one of their quirkiest traits. You'd think with their confident, get-it-done attitude they'd own any room they walk into, but catch them in a new crowd, and they might hang back, sizing things up like a cat at a dog park. It's not that they lack swagger, they're just selective about when and where to let it shine, and that contrast is what makes them so intriguing. What's so weird is how they can be a total boss in a boardroom, commanding respect without breaking a sweat, then turn into a wallflower at a friend's game night, sipping their drink and observing. I had a Capricorn pal who'd crush at leading team projects but needed a pep talk to mingle at a barbecue, like they were saving their energy for the right moment. It's strange because you expect them to be all in, all the time, given their ambitious rep, but that shyness adds a layer of mystery that's hard to resist. They're not aloof, they're just taking their time to feel the vibe, and when they do open up, it's like unlocking a treasure chest of wit and warmth. It's the kind of weird that makes you want to earn their trust, because once you do, you've got a friend for life. 8. They hold grudges like pros. On to reason number 8, and it's a spicy one. Capricorns hold grudges like nobody's business, and that elephant-like memory for slights is pure weird in the best way. These folks might seem calm and collected, but cross them, and they've got a mental filing cabinet labeled "Do Not Forget," with your name on it. It's not about being petty, it's about their sense of fairness. If you wrong them, they'll remember it like it's etched in stone. What makes this so quirky is how they keep that cool exterior while secretly cataloging every time someone let them down. I knew a Capricorn who still gave a coworker the side eye years after they took credit for their idea in a meeting, and they'd bring it up with a half smile, like it was yesterday. Most of us let stuff slide after a while, but Capricorns? They've got a long game, and they play it with precision. It's weird because they're not loud about it, they'll just quietly adjust how they deal with you, and you might not even notice until you're wondering why they're not inviting you to coffee anymore. That grudge-holding superpower is part of their protective armor, and it's the kind of weird that makes you respect their boundaries, because when a Capricorn draws a line, you know they mean it. 9. They're weirdly frugal. Here comes reason number 9, and it's a practical one. Capricorns are weirdly frugal, and their knack for stretching a dollar is one of their strangest charms. These folks treat money like it's a puzzle to solve, finding ways to save that'd make your grandma proud, like clipping coupons or reusing wrapping paper from last Christmas. It's not about being cheap, it's about their love for efficiency. They see no point in wasting a cent when they could put it towards something bigger. What makes this so odd is how they'll go to wild lengths for a deal, while most of us just swipe our cards and call it a day. I had a Capricorn friend who'd drive 20 minutes to a different gas station just to save a few bucks a tank, then brag about it like they'd won the lottery. It's weird because they're not broke, they just get a thrill from being smart with their cash, like it's a game they're always winning. They'll splurge on quality when it matters, but only after they've done the math to justify it, and that calculated approach can feel like a whole other level of discipline. It's the kind of weird that makes you rethink your own spending, because their frugality isn't just about saving money, it's about building a life they're proud of, one penny at a time. 10. They're secret dreamers. Let's unpack reason number 10, and it's a heartwarming surprise. Capricorns are secret dreamers, and that hidden spark is one of their most delightful quirks. On the outside, they're all about goals and grit, the ones you trust to keep the ship steady, but beneath that pragmatic surface, they've got big, whimsical dreams they don't always share. It's like they've got a private Pinterest board in their mind, full of ideas that'd shock you with their creativity. What makes this so weird is how they keep those dreams tucked away, while most folks are shouting their bucket lists from the rooftops. I knew a Capricorn who'd spend their lunch break sketching designs for a coffee shop they hoped to open someday, but when you asked, they just shrug and say it's nothing serious. It's strange because you'd expect them to be all about practical plans, not daydreaming about writing a novel or traveling to every national park. That quiet imagination is what fuels their drive. It's like their ambitions have a soft, hopeful heartbeat you only catch in rare moments. It's the kind of weird that makes you want to cheer them on, because when a Capricorn finally chases one of those dreams, you know they'll make it happen with their signature determination. 11. They're obsessed with respect. Let's roll into reason number 11, and it's a core part of the Capricorn vibe. These folks are absolutely obsessed with respect, and that intense focus is one of their quirkiest traits. For Capricorns, respect isn't just nice to have, it's the currency of their world, earned through hard work and integrity, and they expect it to be honored like a sacred pact. They're the ones who notice every detail of how they're treated, from a casual hello to a formal title, and they'll quietly bristle if they feel slighted. What makes this so wonderfully weird is how seriously they take it, while most of us might shrug off a minor snub and move on. I knew a Capricorn who politely corrected a coworker who kept calling them by a nickname, explaining they'd prefer their full name, and they did it with such calm authority that everyone started double-checking their manners. It's strange because they're not chasing applause, they just believe respect is the foundation of any relationship, and they'll hold you to it without making a scene. That quiet insistence can feel intense, like they're keeping score in a game you didn't know you were playing, but it's also inspiring, because it pushes you to step up and meet their standard. It's the kind of weird that makes you admire their pride, because when a Capricorn demands respect, you know they've earned it 10 times over. 12. They're night owls by choice. Now for reason number 12, and it's a sneaky habit. Capricorns are night owls by choice, and their love for the late hours is one of their strangest quirks. While most folks are winding down with a Netflix binge or hitting the pillow, Capricorns come alive when the clock strikes midnight, tackling projects or brainstorming ideas like the rest of the world is just background noise. It's not that they can't sleep, they choose to burn the midnight oil because that's when their focus is razor sharp. What makes this so odd is how they willingly trade early mornings for late-night productivity, while others are dreaming of coffee by 9 p.m. I had a Capricorn friend who'd send me perfectly crafted emails at 2 a.m., outlining their next big work idea, and when I asked why they were up, they'd say the quiet helps them think. It's weird because they're not forced to pull all-nighters, they just love the calm of the night, like it's their secret superpower. They'll polish a resume, organize their closet, or even sketch out a 5-year plan under the glow of a desk lamp, and they're thriving while the world sleeps. It's the kind of weird that makes you wonder if they've unlocked extra hours in the day, because their late-night hustle is as impressive as it is peculiar. 13. They're weirdly sentimental. Here's reason number 13, and it's a soft spot. Capricorns are weirdly sentimental, and that hidden tenderness is one of their most charming quirks. Behind their tough, goal-driven exterior, these folks have a heart that clings to memories like a well-loved scrapbook, holding on to keepsakes that tell their story. Whether it's a faded concert ticket from their first show or a handwritten card from a friend, they treasure these bits of the past with a quiet reverence. What makes this so quirky is how it contrasts with their practical vibe. Most people expect them to be all about the future, not stashing mementos like a time capsule. I knew a Capricorn who kept a shoebox full of old birthday cards under their bed, and when I teased them about it, they just smiled and said it's nice to remember. It's strange because they don't wear their emotions on their sleeve, but those small, sentimental gestures reveal a mushy core that catches you off guard. They might not cry at rom-coms, but show them a photo from a family vacation 10 years ago, and you'll see their eyes soften. It's the kind of weird that makes them so human, because even the most driven Capricorn has a corner of their heart reserved for the moments that matter, and that's a beautiful surprise. 14. They're masters of delayed gratification. On to reason number 14, and it's a true superpower. Capricorns are masters of delayed gratification, and their patience is one of their strangest strengths. These folks have an almost magical ability to work hard today for a payoff that might not come for years, like they're playing chess with life while everyone else is playing checkers. Whether it's saving for a big goal or grinding through a tough degree, they're willing to wait for the reward, no shortcuts needed. What makes this so weird is how they thrive in a world that's all about instant likes and same-day delivery, yet they're cool with planting seeds for a future harvest. I knew a Capricorn who lived in a tiny apartment, skipping fancy dinners to save for their dream car, and when they finally drove it home, their grin was worth every sacrifice. It's strange because most of us want the quick win, but Capricorns find joy in the long game, like they're wired to trust the process. That discipline can feel superhuman, but it's also what makes their victories so sweet, because they've earned every bit of it. It's the kind of weird that makes you want to borrow their patience, because they prove good things really do come to those who wait. 15. They're unapologetically themselves. We've reached reason number 15, and it's the perfect way to cap our list. Capricorns are unapologetically themselves, and that fierce authenticity is the heart of their weirdness. These folks don't bend to fit the crowd, they own their quirks, from their laser-focused work ethic to their love for traditions that others might call old-fashioned. Whether they're rocking a tailored blazer at a backyard cookout or sticking to their principles when everyone's cutting corners, they've got this quiet confidence that says take it or leave it. What makes this so captivating is how they don 625T care about blending in, while most of us are tweaking our vibe to match the room. I knew a Capricorn who showed up to a casual trivia night in a full-on vintage suit, complete with a pocket square, and instead of looking out of place, they owned it so hard everyone else felt underdressed. It's weird because they're not loud about their individuality, they just live it, like they've already decided who they are and no one's changing the script. They'll work late, cherish their keepsakes, or crack a dry joke, and they do it all without a hint of apology, which is honestly magnetic. Looking back, we've seen how their quirks, like their night owl habits or their grudge-holding memory, all tie into this core truth: they're built to be real, no filter needed. That authenticity is what makes them shine, because in a world full of trends, Capricorns are the ones standing tall, being exactly who they were meant to be, and that's the kind of weird we could all use a little more of. Alright, folks, we've just taken an epic journey through 15 incredible reasons why Capricorn is the Zodiac's most fascinating oddball, and I hope you're as charmed by them as I am. From their relentless drive to conquer every task to their secret sentimental streak that tugs at your heart, we've uncovered the magic behind this earth sign's unique blend of grit and quirk. They're the ones who'll stay up late perfecting a plan, then surprise you with a sarcastic zinger that leaves you in stitches, all while keeping a box of old letters tucked away for safekeeping. I mean, how do they balance being so driven and so human at the same time? It's like they've cracked the code on living with purpose and still finding room for a little whimsy. Think about it, we've laughed at their frugal tricks, admired their patience for the long haul, and nodded along to their love for respect, and through it all, we've seen how Capricorns make life feel steadier, richer, and just a bit more meaningful. Whether you're a Capricorn beaming with pride or you've got one in your crew who's always raising the bar, I bet you're seeing them in a whole new light. So, here's where you come in. Which of these reasons had you chuckling or thinking, "That's so them"? Maybe it was their night owl hustle or the way they owned their style without a second thought. Drop it in the comments, and if you've got a Capricorn story that's too good to keep to yourself, I'm all ears, so spill the beans. If this video hit the spot, do me a favor and smash that like button. It helps us keep these Zodiac adventures coming your way. Want more cosmic fun? Hit subscribe and tap that bell so you're always in the loop for our next deep dive. I'm already dreaming up our next sign, and let's just say it's got some wild quirks of its own. Any guesses who's up next? Throw your predictions in the comments, and we'll see who's got that astro intuition on point. Before I go, I just want to say a huge thank you for hanging out with me today. You guys make this so much fun, and I love geeking out over the Zodiac with you. So keep chasing your goals, stay true to your weird, and I'll see you in the next one.